I got an easy and quick one for us today. We're going to be reinstalling wheels on this trailer axle. We're going to start with our hub, so let me get this one out of the way. After an inspection of our hub pilot pads and our studs, I'm going to clean my pilot pads with a wire brush. And also make sure the threads on my studs are free of debris. I'm going to leave one pilot pad at 12 o'clock position. I understand on these steel hubs, on these trailers like this, brushing a pilot pad might sound kind of ignorant, but I can assure you on an aluminum steer hub especially is where I find the most issues, that is paramount of importance. I'm going to lubricate my very top pilot pad. This is just a lightweight oil. I have also made sure that my drum face is clean where my wheel will rest up against. Next up is our inner wheel. We're going to make sure that our mounting surface is free of debris and clean, and I've just got a bigger wire brush for this task. After that's installed, next we have our outer wheel, and we'll give it the same treatment. We will install this wheel onto our hub, making sure that our valve stems are 180 degrees apart. I usually use a decent sized pry bar in my right hand or a spoon, like a tire tool spoon, and then my left foot to get these on makes it much easier. From here, we're going to take a drop of that same lightweight oil and put on our threads. And when I mean drop, I literally mean 1 or 2 drops. Don't get crazy with this. And then we have our flange nuts for these hub pilot wheels. Where that captured washer is on that nut, we're going to put 1 to 2 drops between that as well. We're going to work it back and forth to make sure that that is well lubricated. That is going to ensure that this is the bearing surface and that this washer does not spin against our wheel, gouging into the face. I'm going to start with the 12 o'clock position nut while holding the wheel tight against the other wheel, which is tight against the drum. And I'm going to tighten this one hand tight. That step's often overlooked. I like to make sure that the wheels are tight against the hub and the drum before we start using an impact to run these nuts down. So that's why I always do 12 o'clock first. I don't know if you can hear that. That's what we're trying to fix. Now you hear it? That's right, you don't. I should note, if you see a condition where this flange on this nut is no longer captured and it is a 2-piece nut, like the flange comes off, the book states that you can reuse that, but it needs to be replaced as soon as you can. But that is a condition due to over torquing your lug nuts. So I'm going to go ahead and run these up with the impact in a star pattern. We'll come back with a torque wrench and torque them to their final setting. I know we've touched on torquing fasteners in the past, but it is very important that when you put a torque wrench and a socket on a fastener, that torque wrench advances the fastener, in this case, a lug nut. If the torque wrench just clicks, you have no idea what that nut is torqued to. It must advance the nut in order to get a proper torque reading with a calibrated torque wrench. We'll do that just as soon as this trailer is set back on the ground. Hey, I know this may seem simple to some, but a lot of guys do not know this procedure. I hope it has helped somebody. Guys, as always, thanks for watching.